Hey folks, welcome to the AmeLiaRun channel. My name's AmeLia, and today I'll be doing a review of the New Balance FuelCell Rebel V5. This is a shoe I purchased for myself from New Balance in the size of 8.5 m wide. Like all my reviews, I'll be going over the nerdy details for this shoe and discussing its fit, predicting its durability, ride, versatility, and the value of the shoe. This is made with the hopes of creating an accessible resource to assist runners of all levels of experience in their search for the right fit. My reviews are time-stamped for easier reference regardless of where and when buyers are shopping. Getting into the nerdy details for the New Balance FuelCell Rebel V5, this is a lightweight daily trainer that can handle a wide number of runs and workouts. It clocks in at 7.9 ounces, it's light as a feather, I'm telling you, with a 35mm heel, 29mm forefoot stack for that 6mm drop. The shoe features FuelCell PIBA blend foam, which, kind of translating that for you, it's a mix of kind of that EVA and PIBA foams. It makes a nice best of both worlds versatile composition, something that feels really soft and squishy, but also gives you a good little bit of pop. The outsole has a single piece of rubber that makes for kind of an increased durability, really grippy. I love that for everything from easier runs to when you're trying to get a little extra pep in your step for like strides. We'll get there in a little bit though. There is also a lightweight mesh upper. It says right here on the back, in the highlighted part, sometimes with the reflective parts here, you might not be able to always see it, but it's called Phantom Fit. It's kind of like their trademark. Just know that's like their mesh upper. It's breathable, it's lightweight. Talking about fit, this fits true to size. I honestly, once I did my little lacing trick here in the midfoot area, it did open things up quite a bit, and I felt like it was really comfy and control throughout all of my workouts, which is not always the case with the fit of a lot of different shoes, particularly ones like these where they're taking a bite at a lot of different types of workouts. I felt like the fit was comfy for easy miles, taking it to work, and all the way up through strides, honestly. And I don't really have to project the durability too much with this shoe because I've actually already put. This was a bit of a tweener. It wasn't quite a review. It wasn't quite a low amount of miles for regular review, but it wasn't quite to the 100-mile mark I usually like to do for an extended review. I was somewhere around 70 miles in these. So looking at wear on the bottom of this, it definitely has some signs of wear, particularly kind of my usual spots on like the lateral side here. Actually kind of towards the middle, because I start in my kind of like, especially when I'm doing strides, I start in midfoot and I try to like go up to the forefoot, so you can kind of tell where there's a little bit of the drag from the foam there. But for the most part, I think the rubber does a good job of keeping everything kind of in one piece. Just those few parts here where there isn't any rubber padding, for like weight and like rocker purposes. But that's not abnormal for running shoes, particularly performance ones. Getting into the ride, versatility, and value of the shoe. This is a smooth ride, folks. This is one of my favorite rides. Honestly, I had ranked this somewhere around like 5 or 6, if I remember right, when I did my birthday video about ranking all my favorite shoes I've ever ran in. This might actually be way higher up now. This has lapped some shoes that I've been reviewing. Goodness gracious, like if I was feeling a little rough on my feet, or if I was looking for maybe a stride session with a little bit more control, I went for these. I really did. The ride is incredible. It's not like the first time you ride in like a Super Blast or a Vomero Premium. It's not like, whoa, it's so cushioned. It's like I'm not on clouds. I have zero effort. It's not necessarily that, but it just feels like everything you ask of the shoe, it can do. I've seen some complaints about the shoe where it's not the fastest underfoot. I don't think that's fair. I definitely think I've had like some of the lean shoes I've been running in for like strides. Yeah, those can definitely go faster, but I feel more unstable in them. I never felt out of control in these, which in a way instilled more confidence. And I feel like throughout a workout, I was able to maintain, faster paces, knowing that I had something that was relatively stable underfoot. Now, you can make an argument, is that a placebo? Sure. What isn't, right? Some people eat gels even though they're only going 5K, right? That's not necessarily going to help them chemically, but maybe a little bit in their head that, they're like, hey, I'm gonna groove a little bit better in these. So I'm willing to welcome that as far as how the ride is definitely benefited by this composition. Also, again, as a daily shoe, it is a breeze for easy, long, everything in between. I would say this would be a good. Don't throw your spitballs at me, but I think this would be a good budget race shoe for like a half marathoner. I'm sure somebody could do a marathon in these. I'm not doubting it, but like I'd be comfortable riding these for 2 hours. I'm a 2-hour half marathon. I'd love to have these on. Not only that, is I feel like these would be comfortable to wear after, because people don't always think about that part of it. Like, you're driving home, maybe you're walking around with the family. Definitely, I think this is a very versatile shoe in more ways than one. The versatility of the shoe is incredible. It is, I dare say, almost unmatched. I will say, as far as value, at $145, I think that it's fair that it's asking what it is. I would say that putting it just a hair below what's kind of like the median right now, like $150 for a lot of running shoes, I think that's good optics. I've seen it on sale sometimes for like $130, $110. So I'm probably not going to get as deep of a discount until there is inevitably a V6. But I would say that this is, whether you're getting this now or say you want to hop on the wagon while the V6 comes out, I would highly recommend that. And something I will tell you that I haven't even got to yet on this is the colorways for this shoe are incredible. Like some of the most attractive colorways I've ever seen from a shoe, let alone like from New Balance. New Balance has some really good to kind of colorways. I definitely think they take a lot more swings, which I appreciate. I really like this like mocha and like off-white khaki kind of color. It really goes well together, especially with like a lot of outfits if you wear it as athleisure, which I wear my shoes for athleisure. Getting into final thoughts for the New Balance FuelCell Rebel V5. This was a great introduction for me to FuelCell. This was my first FuelCell shoe. This PIBA blend foam is really smooth. I, without a shadow of a doubt, think I'm going to try to explore racing in a FuelCell. I just recently got the Elite V5 because of this shoe. This shoe made me excited for what New Balance has in its lineup. I think if you tried anything that was like fresh foam and you're like, it's cushy, but it's not really the right fit for me, try the Rebels out. Honestly, the Rebels, I think if you are looking for a daily miler, a shoe you can wear to work and then also run after work in, something that you could wear for long runs and even strides, go ahead and get this. Honest to goodness, try this on at the very least, but I'll tell you, if you get one of these, you're not going to be disappointed. And that is why I give it a easy Banana Ice award. I hope you all found this interesting. I hope you all found this informative. If you have any questions about the shoe, please let me know. I make weekly reviews similar to this. Please consider subscribing. And if you have any general feedback, just let me know. Hope you're all staying healthy and safe. I'll see you all in the next review.